Hello guys, weeping is not just about ruining a good tissue. Researchers have found that crying could serve an important evolutionary purpose, that tears send chemical signals to other people, and that the salty globules can generate electricity. Then there are the mysteries, like why some people cry more on planes. Let's start our top 5 facts about crying and tears. Number 5. Why happiness brings tears? Crying is mostly associated with negative emotion like grieving and sadness. However, people cry at weddings and even when they win the Olympic gold medal. As it turns out, the brain cannot tell negative and positive emotion apart when it's come to turning on the waterworks. The hypothalamus and almond-sized region just react to the overwhelming flood of emotion. It fails to detect the stress or joy behind the flood. Either one is merely a powerful signal from the amygdala, our emotional register. Once the hypothalamus receives the signal, it activates the autonomic nervous system. The gold winner and the guy who lost the race cry for different reasons. But remarkably, their brains' dominoes fail in exactly the same sequence. Number 4. Why onions make you cry? Few people like chopping onions. This vegetable makes the eye weep copiously, and the eyelids sometimes shut of their own accord. Why does this happen? The answer is somewhat hilarious. The onion is defending itself. The damage brought on by cutting releases a chemical designed to put off whatever animal is trying to eat it. The chemical is called propantheal S oxide. Once it escapes the onion's damaged cells, it evaporates and drifts upward. Hitting the eye, the compound dissolves in the water covering the organ and turns into sulfonic acid. This irritates the tear gland and produces the famous "my eyeballs are on fire" feeling. Luckily, the acid is not enough to cause harm. Not all onions bite back with the same ferocity. Although the reason remains unclear, it could have something to do with how much sulfur the onion absorbed while growing in the earth. Number 3. The Virgin Atlantic Survey. When Virgin Atlantic did a survey in 2011, the results were clear. People experience heightened emotion while flying, and air travel causes more crying. Around 41% of the male volunteers admitted that they secretly cried under their blanket while on a plane. There are no serious scientific studies unrevealing why zooming through the air in a metal tube brings on the waterworks, although that could explain some of it. Being confined thousands of feet up in the sky while fearful of a crash could grate on anyone's nerves. Other elements could involve missing loved ones, boredom breeding the wrong emotions, and drinking. Sometimes flying also causes mild oxygen deprivation and that could mess with decision and thoughts. Throw in the difficult horror of airport rules and traffic, and the mind is tired before the passenger even board. Virgin Atlantic could not find the cure, but they kindly included emotional difficulties as something to be aware of during their pre-flight preparation talk for passengers. Number 2. The shower cry. The so-called shower cry happens when people snort it out in the shower. This weeping location is said by some to be as satisfying as it is common. Researchers admit that it is a difficult situation to study. One cannot exactly watch somebody perform a genuine shower cry. The answer might be a mix of logic and social psychology. Most adults do not like to cry in public. Showering feels good and cleansing. The bathroom makes a good choice for those seeking comfort and privacy. Needless to say, the sound of the water muffles sobs really well. Avoid steady back up this need to cry away from the public eye. Psychologist Lauren Belsma analyzed information from 35 countries involving 5,096 people. It found that when a bout of crying occurred, around 62% of the participants waited until they were at home and 35% only wept when there was nobody around to see them. Number 1. Using tear to test glucose. For years, inventors have searched for a better way to test for glucose. Diabetics can attest to the fact that the self-administered finger prick test is invasive. In 2018, South Korean researchers took an innovative step in the right direction. They tested a special contact lens on rabbits which tracked glucose level without harming the eye, monitoring in real time. It had a tiny green LED that switched off when glucose spiked. The device was soft and flexible and used air instead of blood to test glucose level. It was also comfortable to wear and did not interfere with vision despite packing an antenna, rectifier, and lots of super thin wires. All the parts were 100 the thickness of the lens and were situated on the outer edge. To see whether the LED was on or off, a person would have to look in the mirror. But this still beats constant finger picks. The device is not yet available to the public, but according to researchers, it is only a matter of time. Thank you guys for watching and please don't forget to subscribe my channel.